So for variable-wise practices, we need to sort out and think about variable types, a topic that you are aware of. Granular variables is something that we might like to have, and they might be helpful actually. Homogeneous scales and types, something that we should take into consideration. Transformations and reclassifications as two practices to improve data quality. Potential error sources in the process of data collection. So this is related to stage 1. Extreme or outlier values, missing values, and irrational or unacceptable values. These are the things that we have to check, at least as at the minimum level. I believe these are beyond minimum anyway. And most of them are very, very straightforward and intuitive. And what we want to do is going through them one by one. So, variable type. The types of variables must be set according to the definitions. This is a stage 2 quality issue. So we have recorded the variables into the data set and we imported this data set into our software. And now we have to define the variable types. So if we define a variable type of that is categorical as something textual, then we are losing that variable in our study. It is possible to convert correctly some of the variable types, and this conversion normally happens in this way, that it is from numerical into categorical. We can convert numerical ones to categorical ones. We lose some information, but it might help modeling part. Okay, sometimes extra information, if our model cannot use and cannot learn from that extra information, they would be actually harmful rather than helpful. For example, instead of precise age of participants in an exam, we can have age brackets. So instead of writing 19, 18, 70, 15, 20, 21, 23, and so on and so forth, we can have age brackets like 15 to 17, 17 to, let's make it exclusive, 17 to 18, 19 to 21, and so on and so forth. Or even larger, wider brackets. But anyway, this is one of the conversions that is allowed to move from one variable type to another. Granular variables. What do I mean by granular variables? It is better to start with variables that are about one single information component. And if they are not, we can break them down into their components. For instance, look at this date. It is 28th of February 2022. This date talks about day of month, month, and year. So at least it has 3 components. It has 3 components in one variable. And this variable is not very granular. We can break it down into 3 different variables. This practice is a stage 2 quality issue. So whether it's a good practice depends on the purpose. Oftentimes it's a good initial step, but after further investigation we might not find one or more components very helpful. So instead of having one general and overall date, we can break it to the day of month, to month, and to year. And then we figure out that this month is very, very good variable for exploration and prediction. And these two, well, we can discard them without crucial damage to our study. Okay, but it's always a good practice to have granular variables that they are actually one component, and you cannot break them down further without causing damage to our study.